Hello and welcome back to the Barley Roast, the show where we drink a craft beer, tell you what we think about it, and then talk about stuff. I'm Lee Fabian.
I'm Philip Morgan.
And I'm Damien Coleman.
Stop that! It's not fan. It's not fan. Give me my.
Attention, please.
It doesn't have the same effect. Fucking hell!
We're not at a fucking wedding. Anyway, today we're drinking Funky Buddha's Last Snow. It's a coconut coffee porter. Funky Buddha is one of the local breweries. It's they're from Ocean Park, is where the brewery is.
Oh, really?
Is Funky Buddha really local?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
they're down in,
I did not know that.
yeah, they're like an hour drive away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like hour and a half. I've been down to the brewery. Really nice place.
They have the one brewery bar.
That's the Funky Buddha Lounge.
That place is pretty fun.
I haven't gone to the lounge. I've only
Man, they've
been
got
to the
like
brewery.
food truck food over there too, and it's fire.
The
It's
food
so
truck?
good.
A lot of breweries have food truck food.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, because the brewery has their own little cafe.
Well, you pay so much for a damn craft beer, you might as well pay that much for a freaking burger. That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I went to Twisted Trunk, and they had a...
That's right up the road. It's in Gardens. Mike goes there all the time.
Yeah, I know. It's the first and only time I've been there.
Wednesdays.
Mike was there.
Wednesdays.
I think it was
the
a
day
Wednesday.
that I can catch him.
I think that's the day I went, on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I saw him there, and he was like, Damien, what are you doing here? I was like, Mike, what are you doing here? He's like, I always come here. I was like, this
Yeah.
is my first time here. What a coincidence.
first time I went there was with Mike and Ian. I met up with them there. And I also
Yeah, he
ran
said
into
that
one of
he's-
my old buddies from Scouts.
My coworkers go there.
He said that Mike said that he used to live close to it, so
Yeah.
he always just got accustomed to going to that bar. That
Yeah,
brewery.
he used to go like every Friday. Anyway, we got a little caught up.
Back to the task at hand.
A little sidetracked. Last Snow is a coconut coffee porter, and it is goddamn delicious. I fucking love it.
It's one of my favorites. Besides the Breckenridge Vanilla Porter, the Nitro Vanilla Porter.
Yeah.
You know what? That is very nice.
Yeah, Damien's the only one out of us that hasn't had it before, so...
I've
What
only
do you
had.
think?
It's actually
Yeah,
pretty good.
Tell me more
Like,
what you think, because I know what I think.
it being so dark, I was expecting it to have like
More bitter.
to be
more
be
fruity.
a lot more bitter, a lot more rooty
It's
than
like
it
that
is.
earthy tone.
But it's actually kind of
No, it tastes
light.
like coffee.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very light. Tastes like coffee. Got that coconut
Super
apple
light.
taste.
Yep.
and you can totally taste the coffee.
Yeah.
That second sip I just took, the coffee
That's-
really like stood out.
Like I was saying, this
Really stood out.
This is what I want my coffee to taste like when there's no alcohol in it. Black and smooth. With no sugar and no cream.
I used to have a friend. She only did it once or twice, but like she used to make coffee and she used to pour a little vodka in it at a party,
I believe it.
and she would have hot coffee with vodka.
Nick has done that a few times. I mean, I've done it too. Not at parties, but like, okay, we're hanging out around a fire for a while and it's cold. Alright, I'm gonna make some...
Hot pot of coffee.
That's right
Dude,
there. Add some
Alcoholic
J-Lo to
hot
it.
chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you know nothing.
I know nothing.
O'Shea's
Is that
does
real
it.
Fucking
Bailey's. It's Irish
Oh, yeah,
creamer.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's coffee creamer with alcohol. That's all it is.
I used to have coffee shots. With,
Yeah.
it was Kahlua.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
that's
Kahlua
basically what a baby
Kahlua
Guinness
Baileys
is.
and
as
something
well.
else.
Kahlua and Bailey's is Baby Guinness.
Yep. And then there's the Patron Cafe with.
Oh yeah,
Baileys
it
as
was
well.
it was
that
coffee
one's-
Patron.
I love that stuff.
It
The
was-
Patron Cafe
yeah.
XO. Oh,
The coffee shot I used to have was it was Patron, coffee Patron, and I think it was Bailey's.
I may
think there's a little
or
Kahlua in
may
there.
not have taken some Patron Cafe XO and infused it with some stuff one time. And you take like 2 shots of that, and you were messed up.
I believe it.
It was crazy. It was like coffee, but the poops afterward.
Oh
The
man.
poops.
You couldn't. It was just unavoidable. It's because you're talking about taking. So
So like coffee gives you the poops to begin with.
Yeah.
Alcohol gives you the poops to like.
Those hangover poops.
And then if you're making some kind of
Like, there's like
edible without using an enzyme that helps, you have to have a ribose enzyme that helps your stomach process these things. Otherwise, it can absolutely damage the stomach lining.
Ooh.
Yeah, so like people will make edibles at home and stuff like that, and if you're not adding said enzyme, it's just hurting your friends. Like, nobody knows it, but you know, whatever.
But
That was another reason why
the fuck was I about to say?
the poops.
Yeah.
Today on Barley Roast, we talk about poop.
Instead
And the science
instead of
poop.
vomit from last week.
Yeah, the fucking vomit cyclone.
Oh my god! But not only did
This
we
is
talk
the
about
poop
your
talk.
vomit cyclone,
Poop
but we
talk.
talked about the
Listen,
nylon vomit cyclone.
Yeah.
We need to have the poop
Like-
talk.
We
It
went
hit
from
the
the
back
vomit.
window, okay? It hit the. It wasn't even like it was in the back window. He was driving a Toyota Camry. He was just all over the side of his fucking face. Back window shelf. I'm telling you, when I came to, and he was scrubbing. He was vigorously scrubbing and angry the back seat, like that space between the window and the top. I was like, what the fuck is happening? There's red stain. Oh my god, it's vomit. Why do I smell like puke?
What is happening?
Where is the smell? And I look back and there he is scrubbing. And I was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
It was stained red from the wine forever. He could not get... He sold the car with the stain in it. Like...
Oh man.
I would love to see the description.
At least he was able to sell it.
Describing the
Three
stain.
weeks later, the kid who bought it fucking totaled it. So it didn't
It
matter.
didn't matter. Damn.
Oh man.
Oh god.
I don't even remember what I was going to tell
Who
with
cares?
the poop story.
The poop story.
Oh.
Alright, back to poop.
No more poop.
Back-
I do have a funny poop story, but we'll tell that on another one.
No poops.
Yeah.
no poop.
We'll save the poops.
And we get it. Everybody poops. Got it. All right.
But sometimes it's really funny.
Sometimes
Sometimes
like,
it's really bad. Evan, my old roommate, used to send me Snapchats of all of his shits.
No,
I've had
that's-
enough.
That's not
shits
funny.
in my. No,
I was
it's not
talking
funny.
like-
Sometimes they were crazy. They wrap around the entire toilet bowl. I'm like, what the fuck did you eat? Protein, man. And just
Protein.
No,
Not even
no.
protein.
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 Fucking Evan.
He was getting pitted while he.
No, because like sometimes you have stories of like almost shitting yourself at work, and you're like frantically sprinting across the store.
Did that at the Rapids once.
Yeah, like
I shit myself at the
I have a
Rapids.
funny story about almost shitting myself at work.
I shut down a slide for 45 minutes.
We'll save the poop stories.
No, I'm telling you this one. I'm telling you this one.
If you're telling me this one, I'm telling you.
All right.
Oh,
So
no. This is what this episode is turned into.
I had a stomach virus, and I knew I had a stomach virus, and I was like, the water, nothing was staying in. And I told my manager, I was like, hey, I have a stomach virus. I should not come into work. Like, I can't hold any of the fluids, whether it be me throwing it up or me just instantly shitting it out. And they were like, well, we can't get anyone to cover for you, so you got to come in. And I was like, all right, I'm going to shit in the pool. And they were like, no, you won't. I'm like, bet.
You want to bet?
It's gonna happen.
So they get me down there. First off, they're having their morning meeting, and the first thing I did halfway through the morning meeting is run to the bathroom and shit, because it was just terrible. Like, it was just water, instant water. And then I was at the bottom of Baby Blue, which is this single rider
I've been on Baby
slide.
Blue.
Yes,
I remember
you
when
guys
that
have
was-
been on Baby Blue.
Yeah,
but-
I remember when that
I've
was
been-
new.
It's this single rider slide with a bowl in it, open top, where you would drop, spin around and then drop into a pool of water that's 8 foot deep. And people get turned around. The best time was on 4th of July when this lady hits the water in her red, white, and blue fucking bikini and her red, white, and blue weave and loses her top, and the first thing she does is, my weave! can't swim, fucking trying to figure out where her weave was at. And I was like, man, we'll find it! Whap! Because they train you to, like, don't immediately dive in because they're gonna panic and drown you. So you have this stick of safety. Like, it's like an 8-foot pole that you just, like, it's been foamed up on each side, so you just whap! Hit them right in the side of their body, and they go, ah! And you yank them the fuck out of the water, like, no, you're coming with me, guy. But this lady's first instinctual reaction was not let me just cover my tits that are hanging out all over the place. My weave fell out! I was like, oh my god, lady, you're crazy.
What is happening? Your boobs are flailing. You're fucking...
She was flailing. She couldn't fucking swim either. But anyway, I'm at the bottom of this baby blue place, and I feel it. I feel it. The rumbly and the tumbly in my tummy, and I'm like, oh god. Oh god. And
my time is now.
I look around like, I need to get a hold. I have to go to the back. No! And I felt it, and I looked at it come out around me, and I was just like... I pressed the red button on the good to go slide thing, and they were like, why aren't you okay? I was like, no one is going in this pool. No one is going in this pool. I shut the slide down, I radioed in, I was like, boop boop, we got a code brown. Yeah. In baby blue. What happened? I told you I was gonna shit myself, and you didn't listen to me.
At least you're honest. I mean,
they were like, "Okay, we'll send someone over." Great. Doesn't help now, guys. You know. They show up. They're like, "Well, we didn't know you would actually." I'm like, "I could not leave. You want me to leave my post to go to the bathroom?" When there is no other... Fuck you! Pour some bleach in it. I'm going to bed. I'm going home.
Purify it. Come on.
When the brief amount of time that I worked at the Rapids, we had one code brown and it was in the wave pool, and all the lifeguards were like, yes! Because everyone hated the wave pool.
It's the worst.
I've heard that. I think I've heard that from you two.
You're sitting out in the sun forever. And so many people, like, they get super tired because all they're doing is jumping up and down trying to dodge the waves. So they don't realize how fatigued they are. And
as soon as the wave stops, it goes from, when the waves are on, it's like 8 feet deep at the top of the crest, but like 3 at the bottom. And when it evens out, that turns into like 6 feet, 7 feet. And, so they wear themselves out, the waves stop, and then suddenly they're standing on the bottom and they're too tired to get back up above and just start drowning.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the best.
But,
I think the grossest thing I saw was on fucking the lazy river. I watched these two enormous people fuck each other.
Oh, no.
They were enormous.
Like, just legitimately start doing it right there in the wave pool.
I found a hypodermic needle. I found a hypodermic needle.
They turned it into the wave pool.
Yeah.
You mean the cesspool?
They made waves.
They made the waves in the lazy river.
Yay, make more waves! Yeah, no.
Nope.
No.
God, were there like people around them?
It was a pretty slow day. It was after I had put a rake through my foot. So I was sitting on post.
I remember hearing about that.
My rake foot story? Oh, that was pretty terrible. And it's the same foot that I dropped a pot of soup on, too.
Yeah,
your poor foot. Your poor foot.
It's my left foot. It's just bad.
Bad luck. But, so...
Your poop story.
Yeah.
Your poop story.
So
I have to think of a poop story.
This is when I was at ABC. This is one of 2 funny poop stories that I have.
No.
I'm not going to tell the other
Volume 1 of poop stories.
I'm not going to tell the other one. But the... this is when I was at ABC. And I'm stocking a shelf. And so some of my coworkers were just we're a bunch of idiots at the time. Where we would, if we were feeling kind of gassy, we would crop dust each other. And, one of our assistant managers, Raph, he fucking loved that. He thought it was the funniest goddamn thing on the planet.
Stupid.
But, so I'm I'm on the bottom shelf. I'm like stocking a shelf, so I'm like bent way down here. And one of my coworkers, like, I see him coming down the aisle, and he's about to walk behind me, and I was just like, oh, I feel like I got a fart. This is gonna be hilarious. So I kind of like, I like wait for him to get a little closer, and I'm just kind of like sitting there like bent over, like like pulling like bottles and like moving stuff around. And he gets close enough to where like I kind of gave like a little bit of a push, and immediately went from like I immediately like in like half a second went from way down at the bottom shelf like to like full standing like oh, and I'm like I am like clenched so goddamn tight that like he sees me shoot up and he's like, is everything alright? And I'm like, yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom. And he's like, oh no. And I was like, bye. And just like turned around and like did that like butt clench waddle like across the store, like get to the door and like knock on it and like no one's in. I was like, fucking thank God, like get in there, like dive in, fucking do my business. Like, oh, it was bad. I almost shit myself. Like, I'm not even gonna do, like, I was like a half a second away from just shat pants. Like, I didn't, like, butt did not even meet seat before, like, shit was flowing. It was dangerously close.
That's terrible. Everyone's had that.
Yeah.
Everyone has at least experienced that once in their life. Like, oh my god,
it's the worst.
I'm gonna play a prank. Oh my god, I almost shit my pants. My coworker
shotting, man, it comes out of nowhere. You know,
it really does.
It really.
My coworker told me this story about how he went to this restaurant and was like talking to this cute girl that was the server, and he was like sitting there gonna go to the beach, and he was waiting to get his oh god his pay, whatever, his receipt for the meal, and he fucking sharded right there in the restaurant. He was like, oh, I'm just gonna, oh god, and he sat there like, oh god, and he like didn't even worry about it. He just threw like $40 cash on the fucking table, wrapped himself up in the towel, and waddled the fuck out of the restaurant like, nope, don't worry about it, don't care. And he went, and the first thing he did was dove into the fucking ocean like, I ain't got time to worry about this. The ocean will clean at least some of it. And immediately, I was just like, oh man, what a terrible,
man.
Oh,
terrible.
That's awful.
Right?
That's terrible.
Can you imagine that? Like, let me go sit at this nice.
But it always happens.
It's like food poisoning. Food poisoning can get you real quick too.
Oh yeah.
So like you're just sitting there and all of a sudden you're just like, oh god, I feel so bad. Let me make it halfway to the walk. Like, you don't even make it to the bathroom.
Like, food poisoning is like sitting on a toilet holding a trash can just like waiting to die.
That's what
food poisoning is pretty bad. I hate
that
it.
Right there, that feeling right there, where you're holding a trash can, you don't know if you're gonna shit or if you're gonna vomit. Yeah, that's what lactose cramps feel like.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's the literal.
I'm sorry.
Because I've had food poisoning bad enough to where I'm literally spewing out of both ends at the same time.
It's just.
I've never had food poisoning like that. Most of my food poisoning has just been vomiting.
Yeah.
But it's that point where you stop vomiting things and you just start vomiting bile. That's the worst.
No, more of a what? I still have to tell my poop story, but
bodily fluids.
One of like two, maybe three, but
maybe nine,
but one of my worst feelings, in my opinion, is dry heaving.
Dry heaving.
I hate dry heaving so
much. What's dry
heaving? Drive heaving.
Driving while heaving?
Yeah. That is pretty bad, but no, dry heaving.
Okay. Dry heaving is fucking
terrible.
Awful.
Yeah.
Like, it's when you're. Oh, come on, am I throwing up? Please.
You're just like fucking cradling the toilet.
It does, it hurts.
Just like.
And then you burp.
Hoping something come out.
Usually, like, if I start vomiting, I will grab, like, a glass or a bottle of water just in case. Like, because as soon as, like, I have a hint of dry heaving, I just fucking down water just so I have something to
Not
come
gonna
up.
lie.
Come up.
Every time that I've ever thrown up at somebody's house and I'm in the bathroom, I find their toothpaste and finger fucking.
Yeah.
I no shame. Like toothpaste? No.
I also like I rinse the shit out of my mouth. Like
you
I'll,
have
I'll
to.
sit there like at
That
the
stomach
sink,
acid
but also
is
like
so bad for the lining of your teeth. You're like
It's so bad for everything except for being in your stomach.
correct.
there's also like
It is-
It's an acid.
It's a very, very strong acid. It's like a
Yes.
6, I think, on the
Well,
me and
while you're
Zach.
doing
on the
that,
acid
while you're doing
on
that
the
though,
pH
like,
scale.
while you're doing that, you want to actually like get some of the water like up into your nose as well, because a lot of people don't realize when you're vomiting, like some of your
It comes
vomit
out
gets
your
up
nose.
in.
I've had that happen.
Yeah.
I've had
It
that
almost
happen.
comes out of my nose almost every other time. I'm just like, oh god.
Yeah, so like while I'm sitting there like rinsing out my mouth, like I'll like snort up some of that water just to get some of the acid out.
I don't think I could willingly snort water. Sorry, I couldn't do that if I
Well,
wanted
it's
to.
not like you're actually snorting the water. You're just kind of like letting the water
know.
get up into your nostrils.
understand
So
what
you,
you're saying.
yeah,
I couldn't consciously do it.
it's a weird feeling,
No,
Yeah.
but it's so helpful.
no.
It helps
I'll
so
just
much.
blow my nose. That
That works too.
blow your nose and then lots of mouth washing it out nonsense.
Yeah.
So me and Zach one time went to this thing called the Liver Olympics. We brought Jason with us, which was my ex-girlfriend, my girlfriend at the time, but this girl named Trish and all of her friends.
We got to make this fast so we can tell his poop story.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yes.
get it.
real fast.
Real quick.
So what they were doing was it was called the Beer Olympics, but we didn't drink beer like that, and we didn't want to. So we bought a handle of Captain 100 Proof each, and we drank that throughout the night, and we called it the Liver Olympics because it was just like beer pong, like chandeliers and everything else, and you had teams that played against each other, and blah blah blah. If you won, you moved on to the next bracket. Well, me and Zach got knocked out like what, third round, fourth round, because I was teamed up with my girlfriend at the time. I was teamed up with somebody else, Jason, real bad, and we were trashed. We were super drunk, and I looked over at him. He looked over at me. We're sitting outside, and I was like, "It's time like, to pull the trigger." And I went, "It's time." Okay. And we're sitting, like, next to each other, as far as I am from you. And we both just, hand down the throat, vomit on the street. And the vomit and that stomach acid and everything was so strong that it burned the asphalt. It stained the asphalt orange
Damn.
for 4 weeks.
Wow.
Yes. 4 weeks.
Stomach acid.
Stomach acid's crazy. Doesn't give a fuck about
Yeah,
nothing.
you don't. Stomach acid.
Yeah.
You don't.
Nick and I were.
Tell me this story now.
Okay. So,
Okay.
I was in
Poops.
Wales.
Wales, oh yes.
This poop story happens in another country.
Wow.
It's a
Wow.
long traveled poop story.
Long travel, far
That's
distance.
A
In
continental
a continent.
bowel movement.
The other side of the pond, as they say.
Give us a pond, yes.
Was it the other side of
And
the
we were
toilet?
doing, this
Is
is like
there a
maybe
bidet
like,
involved?
it's like 3, no,
Bidets.
no. There was not.
That's Asian. That's like Japan mostly.
Bidet? I had a bidet in my house for a little bit.
Yeah, I've been thinking of getting a bidet just because, like, wiping doesn't actually help that much. Anyway, your poop story.
Anyway, so.
Alright then.
No, it's just like I'm tired of wiping like sometimes up to like 18 times and still
yeah.
like I'm fucking wiping a marker where it's just like I could just get a bidet, be done with this in 10 seconds, wipe once to dry my ass and be done.
I don't know, that's some peanut butter shit right there.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Grody.
Butthead.
Gross.
But anyway. So yeah, I was in Wales. United Kingdom. Wales. And we were going, we were doing touristy things. This was like 3 years, this was like 3 years ago, I think. Yeah. And we were about to do a slate mine. We were about to get a tour of a slate mine where we had to go a mile underground.
That sounds really cool though.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. We took this this whole thing took place after the poop story, where I actually went down into the mines, but
Okay.
thankfully, because if it would have happened like 10 minutes later, I would be a mile underground with like no bathroom or anything.
Yeah.
So thank God.
What do you mean? Just run way off into the darkness and shit in the cave. Like, no one's gonna know. Who's gonna find you?
That one.
Probably the explorer with the flashlight.
Although, like, that poop, that stays in that cave forever unless somebody picks it up. Because there's nothing to break it
I would have
down.
immortalized myself in that cave. But
I
anyway,
don't know that.
No, like, that's actually a thing.
Air would break.
so this is
There's no bacteria or anything in the cave to actually break down the poop, despite the air. Like,
It'll just become a petrified poo.
it doesn't...
Air has to go in.
There's not enough airflow.
People breathe.
When
right?
you get, like, when cavers go
Oxygen.
spelunking, they have to, like, they bring empty bottles with them so that they can piss and shit into, because it fucks up the ecosystem of the cave if they do it in the cave.
Mhm.
Because it doesn't break down. It's there forever.
Huh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
without proper like airflow and stuff, like oxygen and stuff, just like fucking like wonders to like tear things apart and like decompose stuff. But anyway,
I'm sorry.
So this was about like maybe like a week and a half into our trip to England, and I don't know why the altitude fucked with me. So I was constipated, for a
Yeah, it's a
while.
thing too.
Yeah,
It
and so
was the altitude.
the altitude. Yeah, I heard that was a thing.
Is
But
it really?
yeah, apparently altitude fucks like I get
A lot of
altitude
things,
sickness
yeah.
sometimes,
Okay.
especially because we're at a place
Well,
that has such a low altitude.
It's messing with your whole like regulatory system.
Hmm
So
Okay.
Yeah, and we were I bought some laxatives, like these really mild laxatives, and I had taken some.
how mild is really mild?
I can't remember how many like milligrams they were, but
Well, it obviously
just, like,
wasn't
from,
as
like-
mild as you thought it was.
yeah,
going
it
to
wasn't.
be.
It wasn't at all, because like I took them at night, and so I was expecting like in the morning, finally I won't be constipated.
No hours.
I'll just shit myself, thank God. Finally. But it didn't happen, so we went to these slate mines, and in the mines, like we were like literally like the third people, like in line, we were like the third group about to go in. And luckily, right in line, just instant, the pain started. I was like, oh God, it's time. It is time to go.
The time is now.
It's time to go. So I fucking...
Sounds like a pregnancy.
It is not nigh. It is now.
It is now. And so I know, like, can we postpone it? Because they ran out every 15 minutes. Every tour, they ran out each 15 minutes. And they're like, Dad, can we postpone this maybe for like 15 minutes? Because it's happening like now. And I didn't even say anything else. I just dipped. I was like, I gotta go.
I don't need an answer. I've got to go.
Oh my God, it was the worst. I was running, and this group stopped me. It's like, excuse me, can you take a picture of us? I was like, I'm sorry, I can't. I have an emergency, I gotta go. And it's ran up, I couldn't find the bathroom, and I had to ask somebody. I was like, please, where's the bathroom? Oh my God. It was horrible.
Yeah, I've had a...
It was the worst. I was like, my dad came in and was like, hey Damien, it was like 30 minutes later, it was like, hey Damien, the second group's about to leave, are you ready yet? I was like, Dad, no. I need a little more time. And then I went on the third group, and it was pretty good.
Nice.
It was pretty good. I was afraid it was going to happen again the entire time I was in the mine, but it didn't.
Yeah, I had a couple of
That's
similar...
pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
surprising.
Right? It didn't happen again. Thank God. But
I had a couple of similar situations when I was working at ABC where, like, I'd be sitting up front and I would just kind of, like, feel where it's just like, oh no, it's gonna happen soon. And I would look around and be like, there's no one around. There's no one at the register. Awesome. What's my coworker doing? He's helping a guest. And I would just like call him and be like, yo, I need you up front. I got a shit. And like just across the whole store, like no fucks given as to who ran me.
I mean, yeah, it was the worst when I was a server. Because like if it happened on like if the ads to go happened on like a Friday or a Saturday night,
Yeah.
in the hot hour, like fucking,
Just like
it was done.
No,
You were like,
forget.
yep, I have
Forget
to,
it.
I have to hold this in. I
It's
have
like,
forget
to,
it.
I have to.
Between the hours of 6 and 8.
6 and 8. If you got that
It's just
done, there's no escape. You literally have to live.
You
You
are
have to
there.
live with it.
Imagine being a cook you're stuck on the line. And you're just getting hotter and more aggravated, so then you really want to go to the bathroom. And you're just like, I'm angry!
There was a time when we had a brunch at Macaroni Grill. And there was like 3 of us on, but it got super busy out of nowhere around like noon because all the church people started coming out. We usually don't get that much traffic. We usually didn't get that much traffic.
Shut up. Hey,
Why
are you beeping at me?
We usually didn't get that much traffic, but this brunch, it was just everybody decided to come to Macaroni Grill. And like even in the beginning, I was like, oh wow, I might need the shit soon. And then everybody came in, and like in the middle, I was like, damn, it's been like 2 hours, and I've needed the shit for 2 hours. I'm gonna die.
Because a lot of the time you can hold it like that, but then you get those circumstances where it's like the train is leaving the station.
Yeah, you can only hold it for so long before
There's also
it's
the
eventually
fact
like
that,
the train is leaving.
It's like, get down to Browntown before it
We
crashes
need
through
to
an
go.
orphanage.
also the
Millions
fact-
will die.
That if you hold it long enough, it's really bad for you. Because then you're taking and letting all of that stool get hard in your system. So then you're going and trying to push it through your rectum, and you're being cut. Your whole butthole is being cut up by dried poop.
Anal fissures. That's a thing. That's when you bleed. It's bad.
It's a thing. That's why you should never run to the bathroom if you have to.
Do
I've
that.
got to. I don't care. Throw something on the ground. I've got to go. Like whatever. You should not hold. No. Yeah.
It's bad news bears.
Oh
It's super bad news bears.
If you see blood.
So don't hold your poop in too long.
If you see poop, go to a doctor. It might be colon cancer.
Poop. If you see poop.
If you see poop.
If you see poop, it might be colon cancer.
All right. I'm done.
Every time you poop, it might be colon cancer. Consult your doctor if you poop.
Thank you for joining us on the Barley Roast. You have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Leave a like and a comment. Bye.